Hi everybody, I'm Matt Gash with SoundersFC.com. The Sounders play against the New England Revolution Saturday night at Qwest Field. It's a 7:30 kickoff. It's the first of two opportunities to play at home before the World Cup break, and for this game it's a chance to get back on track.
Well, we want to win. We'd rather win now than win after the break. So so for us, we don't want to lose. We don't want to lose the connection to the rest of the teams in the West. We don't want to. Obviously, we're behind now, especially when it relates to second place. I'm not worried about first place right now. So we want to maintain a connection to second place. We want to be within striking distance. And this league is an up and down league. Teams go through good streaks and bad streaks, and we've got to. If we can start hitting a good streak now, that's much better than waiting a couple of weeks.
It makes a big difference. We've lost a couple games at home. We love the fact that we have the best, home crowd in the league, and we don't want that to change. We want that to keep going, and we've got two home games now coming up before the break that we really feel that's a big opportunity for us to change this form around and to get ourselves back in a good position in the league. And I, for one, and I know the guys are the same, want to take advantage of these games against two teams out of our conference that our conference has shown that it's very tough this year so far, and we're ready to move up the table.
Well, Seattle has had their share of injuries, with Nate Jaqua, John Kennedy Hurtado, and Osvaldo Alonso among the prominent players missing large chunks of time already this season. New England isn't about to feel sorry for the Sounders. They played their first 11 games without the services of goalkeeper Matt Reese and top striker Taylor Twellman.
They're a team that, just like us, hasn't gotten the results that they would have wanted so far this season. They've had some injury problems and people missing as well, but with Shalry Joseph back into their team, they're a much better team. They're a dangerous team as a result, because he sort of pulls the strings and orchestrates things for them.
Speaking of injuries, the Revolution had a gruesome one last week when Reese's replacement, Preston Burfbo, suffered fractures to his right tibia and fibula. A Sounder in the USL for 8 years, Seattle sympathizes with the former USL standout.
I know a lot of people in this organization, Brian Schmetzer, and a lot of people that have played with Preston, obviously wish him well. Preston's a class guy. I tried to get him at Columbus, wanted him to actually retire and become my goalkeeper coach, but he wanted to keep playing. God, why do you do that? No. But it was, I really like Preston, so I hope everything goes well with his recovery. But certainly for them, it was an emotional game, because, he's the kind of guy who's a great locker room guy. He's the kind of guy that people like, and I always think when you have goalkeepers that people like, people play harder for them, and I'm sure with him going out with that injury, was a big motivation factor for everybody.
It's terrible, loss for the team. Preston's a great guy, but you kind of rally around, the guy who's replacing him, and you kind of try to put it behind you, because if you're thinking about it, you're a step back. So I'm sure they're going to try to move on, keep them in their thoughts, but at the same time, just try to go out there and work hard and have confidence in their, the guy replacing Preston. So, it's our job to get shots off, give them as much as we can, so that, we have to make them, make saves. So hopefully we'll be getting a lot of opportunities.
New England is built around midfielder Shalry Joseph. The ninth-year veteran scored all 3 of New England's goals against Seattle last season and has continued to be dangerous this time around. Fresh off a suspension, Joseph has tallied 3 assists in 3 games for the Revolution already this year.
I think Shalry's obviously been one of the top players in the league for several years now, and had some personal issues. He's back, and it's good news for New England. And but once again, I'm not too worried about other teams' situation, other teams' players. We need to do the things that we can do right, and if we do that consistently, then we'll be a better team and we'll win more games. So, and we've been working hard to try to make sure that those things get corrected and we become a better team.
They have speed. Obviously, Shalry back in the middle. I think last game he showed why he's such a big part of the team. And they got a lot of guys that maybe a lot of us aren't familiar with, so we kind of need to be ready for them.
Again, kickoff is at 7:30 at Qwest Field. We'll be marching to the match at 6:30 from up in Occidental Park. One of 2 more chances for you to make some noise at Qwest Field before the World Cup. We'll see you at the stadium. I'm Matt Gash with SoundersFC.com.